Hello once again, Star Wars Unboxing Shows. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, with a box that I'm going to unbox. And in that box, once I unbox it, will be another box. Or should I say boxes. So I'm doing an unboxing show where I'm unboxing, but they're still boxes, which I won't be unboxing because they have nothing in them to unbox. So it's kind of like, is this false advertising? Is this clickbait? I don't know. But unboxing a box is basically what I'm doing. Unboxing several boxes. Why am I doing this? Well, let's start from the beginning, shall we? I have, if you've been watching the channel, recently been kind of falling down the rabbit hole that is claim sales on Facebook. Now, part of why I'm doing this, for those who don't know, in a claim sale is something that I don't know. I'm assuming it happens in other areas. I've only stumbled across Star Wars groups, Facebook groups, that are dedicated to buying and selling specific areas of Star Wars. In the case I've been looking at vintage Star Wars items, Star Wars from the 70s and 80s. There have been quite a few claim sales that I've taken part in, and basically what I've been trying to do is purchase accessories that go with the vintage figures. A lot of times, or buy the figures themselves. You know, I'll buy a figure loose. They call them beaters. I mean, they're really banged up, paint scuffed figures. Part of which is because I'm buying them for very cheap, maybe $4 each, $6 each, and I've been using them to either mock up or do some customizations with, or just putting them in, putting them in a pile to put out and display in dioramas or something like that. So that was one of the reasons, and other reasons was But then in doing the claim sales for figures, I found that some people were selling accessories, and the accessories I thought were really great because the accessories are very valuable, and I could actually take some of those accessories to some other figures, put them together, and either, well, first of all, I could replace my own original accessories, some of which have been reproduction, so I want to get rid of them and have instead just regular figure, the original accessories. But part of the reason is that, for my Star Wars sale, people love vintage stuff, so this is a great way to inexpensively build up a stock of vintage figures that I can put out for sale. So I've been collecting that. But in doing this, I've discovered other things that people are putting out on sale that I thought were really cool, and what's in this box is one of them. So let's start right away. And as I said, we've got essentially two boxes. Okay, let's get one out first. I have to be a little careful here because they are, in fact, very, very delicate. We have the Star Wars Imperial Troop Transporter. This is a beater box. Okay, it's not a good box. See, it's missing the entire, except for this flap, it's missing one whole side. But that's okay because it is one of the few boxes of my original collection that I no longer have. I've discovered, when I was going through all of my stuff, that I, in fact, didn't keep hardly any of my original Star Wars boxes. I kept a couple of Empire boxes. I kept pretty much all of my Jedi boxes, but not a lot of Star Wars. So I am slowly trying to find, even slightly damaged, or not so slightly in the case of this box, I'm trying to find boxes to kind of replace. So this is one of them. I've always been a fan of the Star Wars design and the art. It's just fantastic. I love the photos on there. I love the solid color backdrop. I love the wording on here. Here, original Star Wars sounds. Refunds up to $3. So just such a cool thing, and there's pictures and stuff on each side. I just love it. One of the things I also remember is that I have to look for, you got to keep an eye out for these little things that, what do they call them? There's a little prison in the back, like swiveling radar scope, move together. Yeah, there are these little items that you can put over the heads of the figures. I don't think I still have them in either of my originals, so I'm going to be on the prowl for just those. I need to go into my case and break that down and make sure I don't already still have them. So, but overall, really cool. Now, there's only one thing better than getting a Star Wars Imperial Troop Transport box, and that is getting two Star Wars Imperial Transport box. Only this one slightly different, you might notice. But, well, for one thing, now this one's even, in some cases, in worse shape, because it's not even full. It's been taped shut, but that's okay. But the other part, it's an Empire Strikes Back box. That's right. this is the same version. Of course, it's called Imperial, same name, Imperial Troop Transporter. Okay, it's the same exact toy. Okay, pretty much. But this was an Empire Strikes Back. So I never had the Empire Strikes Back version. I only had the Star Wars version. So overall, I just loved these two boxes, and I am interested very much in keeping them on display with all my other boxes. I am going to do a little bit of minor repair to this box. Well, this one's actually, aside from the flap and the tape, it's in pretty good shape. I am not going to touch the tape. I'm going to let the box tape stay where it is. This one, I'm going to try to do a little bit of box repair. I know sometimes what people will do is they'll break it apart and they'll flatten it and then they'll iron it out and stuff. Probably not that. I just want to put some maybe packing peanuts in it to help it retain its original shape. So those are things I'm going to do with both of these, just to kind of give them a little bit more girth and solid feature so that they can stack easy, that kind of thing. But I am really excited to be able to add these two. And the person I purchased this from, I don't want to say his name, and if you watch the channel and you want me to say your name, leave a comment. I'll be happy to do so. But the person, he does a lot of these claim sales. I think he gets a lot of either finds tons of figures and vintage collections and just separates everything rather than try to sell them all together. He probably makes more money separating them into individual things. He probably has these and sold them loosely and sold the boxes separately, which I was happy to do because I really, really, really wanted these. I only have a few boxes. There's only a few boxes in the entire original collection that I don't have. So this is going to be very much appreciated, even if they are beater boxes. So again, love the art, love the racing stripe. So cool. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I know this was an unboxing of a box, of an empty box, but it means a lot to me, and I like to share what it does mean. I will flip it around the other side, though, because in flipping it around the other side, you get a better taste of, yeah, they're exactly the same, just the logo is slightly different. That'll do it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Check it, notification button, notification button. Check me out on Instagram and Bluesky, Darth Tuba unboxing page on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys and the toy boxes be with you.